sports all plays. Yeah. All sports all plays. All sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to G.S.R. Gonzo'S Sports Room here Monday night, August 7th, 2023. I'm Gonzo, joined by Big Glenn. How's it going, Glenn?
Doing good. Just got off the plane back from Atlanta a few hours ago, man. A little bit exhausted, but we powering through, man.
How was the trip? How was the Fever game, man?
It was fantastic, besides the fact that we did not win the game yesterday. Their arena in Atlanta is over by the airport and everything, and their crowd experience, it was awesome, man. I think that might be a regular stop on the Big Glen Fever on the road tour for some years to come.
What was I know you had some good seats.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that good until I got there in my seat and stuff, because based on the way it looked on the Ticketmaster app when I went and bought them back after I got back from St. Louis in the first part of June, I was thinking I was like 4 rows up because it looked like it, based on the road numbers and everything. And no, it was more like row 1.5. It was that close. I mean,
yeah, I was gonna say,
yeah,
had good seats.
If you watch the Fever game on the Facebook or on TV, wherever it was on, you probably thought I was with the team in that way. That's the funny thing about it, because you just look over behind the Gatorade thing and you can see me sitting right there.
Yeah, I saw your videos. Like, man, there were some good seats. Glenn's loving it. But yeah, they're having a rough season this year, man.
Yeah, they won a few games more than what they did last year, but when you add up the games, I wouldn't say it's as bad as last year, but it's a little bit better.
I don't say they're more competitive this year because they lost a lot of games. I mean, there's quite a few games they lost this year they had chances to win.
Yeah,
where it seemed like last year there wasn't as many of those games.
No, it was few and far between. I think there was a few games I can name on top of my head, and that's probably is the complete list of games that were actually close where we could have won, but we didn't. And that being I think Sylvia Fowles' last game at the State Fair last year, late in the season. And I think the Super's last game here as well is another one where we were up like in the third quarter, but like we couldn't sustain it to where we was able to keep up with them, and we lose by like 15.
Yeah, and this year they've lost a lot of close games or games that they've been in at the end and haven't been able to pull off.
Yep, and this was actually another one too.
Still have a very young team, so I think next year could be a pretty good year.
Yes, it's got to keep keep who that's been playing good. So
I know there's a couple people you want to or a few changes you want to see made?
Yeah, possibly changes. Just around some of the guard play. I've been kind of disappointed with the two that we got from Atlanta this year. They haven't panned out like I was hoping they would go and pan out. I think they kind of take too many shots when they should be passing the ball out, but that's just me. I won't say no names, but if you've been paying attention to the games, you probably put 2 and 2 together, or 1 and 7.
Let's talk. Let's talk about the little Indianapolis Colts. NFL
Yes.
season back. We had the Hall of Fame game. I know it's just preseason. Colts play their first preseason game Saturday.
Yep, Saturday. Is it Saturday night?
I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look. I know it's Saturday. I think it's against the Bills, if I remember correctly.
For some reason, we play the Bills a lot in preseason every year. Seems like.
But I know from what I'm hearing, Anthony Richardson looking pretty good in training camp.
Yes, and boy, I tell you what, I'm sure happy I made that bet of Colts making a touchdown pass at least once every game. Because if he's going to pan out like everybody's thinking he might pan out, how's it going, my man David?
Yeah, how's it going, Dave?
That $5 bet will come back $1,005, man. So, yeah, they said he's taking pretty much essentially all the reps at this point because they split the start camp, but Anthony's showing what he's got.
Yeah, and from what I hear, he's looking good. So I know Pat McAfee was at training camp, and he came back the next day when they started the show back up, and he was he's excited.
Yeah, he was probably so excited he was out of breath or something, you know. Cause I don't know how Pat McAfee gets when he gets excited.
He was he's real excited about Richardson. He said he made a throw. He said as soon as he saw that throw, I know McAfee was real excited, and I mean you're talking, and that's a guy that he's played with great quarterback. He knows what he was within the NFL long enough. He knows what it looks like.
Yeah, I mean his first year was the year that we went to Super Bowl against the Saints, so he's got a good mind.
Should never lost that Super Bowl.
Nope, not at all. We should never lost that game. We should be in by like 4.
Yeah. All right. We lost that game, man. I couldn't believe it. We outplayed them the first half, and in the second half, we got totally outplayed.
Yeah. I tell you what, man, Sean Payton was a genius when it came to that onside kick.
That and then that swung the momentum there in the beginning of the second half. But then also what hurt the Colts that game was Dwight Freeney had that hurt ankle.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to played first half, but he was done. He couldn't play he couldn't hardly move in the second half, and that really hurt the Colts because I mean that was our pass rush.
Oh yeah,
we did. Oh no, a lot of people want to blame the Colts not winning more Super Bowls on Manning, but a lot of that was not Manning. A lot of it was we didn't have defenses.
We didn't have defenses.
A lot of times when we had those good offenses.
And look who's at the top of the league of these on those years, Tom Brady. So. Yeah, speaking of Colts and offenses, man, Jonathon Taylor drama. That's a whole lot of drama right there, man. If G.S.R was still alive, man, he probably would have Ursay and JT on the show. You know?
Yeah, that's I think Taylor's getting some bad advice from somebody. I don't know if it's this new agent. Because if you remember right, just a couple months ago when he was asked about the contract, it wasn't no big rush. He was going to play, you know what I mean? He was under contract this season. He was going to play the season and basically go from there. And then he switched agents. Now all of a sudden wants more money. Now wants traded. I don't know if it's the agent giving him bad advice or if it's a friend or somebody's gotten his ear and that's why he fired his other agent or what. But,
I know his new agent has some kind of weird.
The problem is he really don't have no leverage. I mean,
exactly.
You're under contract for this season. Are you going to set out the whole season? Okay, set out the whole season. How's that going to help you? Not only are you losing money, these prospective teams that you're hoping that are going to give you a long-term contract. Now you have a year that you didn't play. The last time people saw you play wasn't your best year.
No.
You didn't. It wasn't like you tore it up last year. You had some injury issues and stuff, and didn't have a great year. And don't get me wrong, I love Jonathon Taylor. He's a great player. I hope he's with the Colts, but and they keep saying, "Oh, there's this big trade market for him." I don't think there is. You got all these other running backs that nobody wants to sign because they don't want to pay. Why are they going to want to be in a hurry to trade for Taylor when when you trade for him, you're going to have to sign him to a contract because that's why he wants out of the Colts. He wants paid now. He wants to leave the Colts. So why are these teams going to be in a rush to bring him in if they're not? I mean, you got Dalvin Cook and some other guys out there right now that aren't even on a team yet.
Exactly.
So I just don't think he has much leverage, and I think he plays with the Colts this season. I really do. I do like that they went and picked up Drake after Moss broke his arm.
Yeah,
because we have to have somebody there with some experience. And our other two guys, I mean, you have Jackson who showed some signs last year as a rookie, and then you have a rookie. So it was nice bringing in Drake, bringing in a veteran back. After Moss went down, but I look for Taylor. I look for Taylor to be out there playing.
Hopefully, Darius Leonard has a decent year or two, man, because he's been kind of like on that Andrew Luck. Is he going to retire? Possibly, kind of thing, because of how he's responded. I wouldn't say like responded to people on social media, but like a lot of the close Twitter I follow, like they think he might be Andrew Luck-esque and might retire, things like that. Not saying that he will, because he's a good player.
He's having trouble recovering from that injury from last year with his back or whatever, and he's having nerve issues.
Yeah.
And, I know when he was on McAfee's show around the Super Bowl, he's said that last year a lot of time he couldn't even like feel his leg.
It's not good.
And yeah, I know what he means. So, but yeah, so you're out there on the NFL field trying to play, and if you don't have feeling, and I know when Irsay was on McAfee a couple weeks ago, because I even mentioned on the show a few weeks ago when Irsay was on there, that it alarmed me a little bit because he didn't sound like he was sure about Leonard, if Leonard was going to be healthy and ready to go. So that does worry me a little bit because I mean that's. Especially, man, just think if he's at full strength, what it could look like with him and Franklin out there together.
Yep, him, yeah.
After the
things up.
after what Franklin the year Franklin had last year, if he can continue that, and you have Leonard out there as well, because I mean Leonard was our best defensive player, and he didn't play much at all last year. What, maybe a couple games?
And he broke his nose, then that was it.
So that does worry me a little bit. And then now you have this Taylor situation. Only thing that worries me about the Taylor situation is you got a rookie quarterback you're trying to get ready for the game, and then now you got your what was considered your best offensive player that's not there participating in everything, and then he's going to come out there late in the preseason or whatever, and in week one. Now you're trying to learn stuff, get timing with this rookie quarterback where you had all these weeks to do it, and so that does worry me a little bit. And from like again, when McAfee was at training camp, he said that he said everybody in the building is bought in, except one person, and he said like Taylor was there at the training camp, but he was off by himself with a hoodie on, wasn't talking to nobody. And he said everybody else is bought into what Steichen has going on, and man, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Don't take many bad apples to run it for all.
Exactly, especially when you got a top NFL rusher in that way. Yeah. And Irsay is headstrong in that way, so that's going to clash.
Yeah, Irsay's not the guy you want to get a standoff with.
No,
that's not the smart move with Jim Irsay.
Because he could just flip that switch and be just like his dad, Bob Irsay, if he really wanted to.
And for the good or the bad, Irsay, he's not afraid to get on social media and talk.
No. There'd be sometimes he'd be talking about some like the Beatles or something, like he does. Oh, you've seen it.
But yeah, it's man. Yeah, he has his damn traveling museum now. He's taking around and showing off his collection.
Yeah, he's doing one here in Indy next month, like he did last year, right before the season starts and stuff. Man, I am not sure if I want to go that this year. Actually, it was good last year, but it depends.
Oh, I bet you have some pretty cool shit in that collection, though.
Oh, yeah. You can make a lot of money off of that.
I thought it was funny. The media was putting out all these reports about him spending this 15, 20 million or whatever it is, or more to fly this well, to move out of this captivity over into the ocean and shit. And people are saying he'd rather do that than pay his running back. And it's like, for one, there's a salary cap in the NFL, so it don't matter what. That's his personal money. That money there don't have nothing to do with why he's paying his players. But it's just funny because they try to use that. They said instead of paying his running back, like he chose.
We're Charles and narratives in that way,
Yeah, he can't pay Jonathon Taylor because he's going to spend $22 million on this will. No, that's not how it works.
On some Free Willy shit,
But you could only spend so much on your football team a season, and
if you go over that,
right now the running back position is not a valued position when it comes to the pay compared to other positions. So you're not going to spend $20 million on a running back when the market don't call for it.
Exactly. I think the last good year for a running back was probably Marshawn Lynch's years in Seattle. And I think that's ever since then, and the market's not been strong for the running back in that way.
I don't know, man. That's how it is. But the Cincinnati Reds, man, finally got snapped out the damn 6-game losing streak.
Yep, it's pretty much how
it's been rough, man. Watching that series against the Cubs.
Yeah, the Cubs series
just got shellacked.
Yeah, the Cubs series were quite awful. Besides the fact that I won $400 betting against the Reds in that one night.
I forgot you bet against the Reds. Come on, man.
Yeah, I was like, man, if I don't bet against the Reds, I don't win that $400. I'll tell you that much.
And then they go into the series over the weekend with the Nationals. Couldn't do nothing.
No.
It was not. It was a much needed win. needed win tonight, especially with because the Cubs were down 7-2. I don't know if they ever got to finish that game yet because it was in a weather delay.
Yeah, I checked it out just before we went live. It looked like it was still 7th inning delay, so let me go back and look.
Brewers end up winning, but
yeah, it restarted.
Nice, but Reds have to get back to winning some series.
Yes, and quickly. I mean, we got maybe 6 weeks left in the season, so.
They're still in good position, but they just got to start winning some series again, start playing some better baseball. Like we went through our pitching the last couple series has been getting hammered, and they hadn't been getting hammered. They've been doing pretty good, and then
Cubs don't win on us.
And then when our pitching was pitching good, after the All-Star break, our hitting wasn't hitting the ball. Since the All-Star break, we really haven't been able to put it together where both of them are flowing at the same time. And we need to get back to that like it was a little bit there before All-Star break, where both were in the right direction. Right now, it seems like we have one or the other. But like I told Dad earlier, I think offensively, it's like their mindset has changed some. It's like we're going up there to hit home runs now. Like everybody's going up there to hit home runs. Where if you think about it, before the All-Star break, it was we were manufacturing runs. We'd get runs off stolen base, off our base running, bunts. We'd get base hits.
Get back to that.
We might hit 3 or 4 base hits in an inning. Now it seems like everybody's getting up there and going for a home run or nothing at a higher rate than what we were.
That's losing baseball at the end of the day.
Yeah. It has been there, like I said, 6 in a row. Finally got that win today. Hopefully, can follow it up with another win tomorrow. Get things going back in the right direction again. But
yeah, instead of dropping 36 runs to the Cubs and shit. I couldn't believe that it happened like 3 days in a row.
Started that series off good too. Got a won the first game. Was like, okay, here we go. And then after that, it just was terrible. After that, it got terrible. It got ugly quick. I was like, come on.
Yeah, especially after that 5th inning last week. Whew.
Yeah, there was a time when they had Luke Maile was out there pitching during one game.
Yeah, the Cubs went through our legitimately our whole pitching staff. It seemed like.
Yeah, you had a freaking catcher out there pitching. Like, come on.
Yeah, they were talking about the radio. I know that. They were like, "Who's going to be pitching for us if it comes down to it?" Emergency pitching or something like that. I think that's what they used to talk about.
Man, there's some interesting stuff going on in baseball over the weekend.
Yeah, I saw about that.
Anderson got knocked the fuck out.
Oh yeah, got hit. Is he the one that got hit in the head?
Yeah,
man.
By Ramirez from the Guardians. Yeah. Like I told Dad, you can't square up against somebody in front of thousands of people.
You're not doing nothing.
It didn't get knocked out cold. Because he took off his glove like, come on, let's go. Like he was really gonna do something. He did land a couple nice little jabs in there, but Ramirez landed that damn sweeping
hook.
Sweeping like left-handed punt. It was almost like a slap.
Yeah.
He hit him with like this part of his fist.
Oh, yeah. That bad boy just tried to side your head. Yeah, you'll be knocked out real quick.
Anderson got suspended 6 games. Ramirez got suspended 3. But from what I heard a little bit ago, they're both appealing it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I don't know how much good appealing it's going to do.
Exactly. I think that if anything, they might get reduced maybe by 25%, So like
you could say, I didn't do nothing wrong. I mean, there's video of you getting knocked out.
Damn, I mean, that's definitive evidence right there.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. And like you said, have a fight in the WNBA too.
Yeah, I think it was the Sparks, then like the Dallas and Chicago was getting after it, and Ricky Agubawale from the Dallas Queens bumped in the ref and got injected yesterday. It was insane.
Then you see what else? Oh, United States women's soccer team.
Oh my goodness! Well, a big disappointment, unfortunately. I saw it coming though. I love our women's sports here in America. There'll be NBA, women's soccer, you name it. But when I was on you the last time, I said vividly, I was like, the turnover from this team being old to young is what's going to keep us from advancing this year. Sure enough, Saturday and Sunday, we lost.
Earliest exit
in 25 years or something like that. I think that's what it was. Not good.
People talk about how exciting and how great soccer is, man. I just don't understand it. So I've seen so many games 0-0 and go with the penalty kicks. Okay, if I could just watch the penalty kick part at the end, it might be great. But what to watch 90 minutes of nobody scoring any goals? It's hard.
It really is, man. That's one reason why, for me, if it's got to be a good game, for me to get invested in it, but I also watch it. I mean, I'll make it a appointment television or anything unless it's like I said, it's a big game or something. So
yeah, I've tried to watch a little bit of it. And it's like every game I watch, there's no goals scored. And it's like I don't understand how people get so caught up into this. I want to see some points scored.
Yeah, be like that dude from Friday. Have them all take steroids and be like 135 to 135. There's a video on Instagram I saw him talking about that before he passed away. So that's why I brought it up.
Lions signed Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater? Yeah. Not surprised. They might need some help behind Jared Goff in that way. Yeah. So.
You ready for the NFL season?
Yeah, it's snuck up on us kind of quickly, so.
Do you watch quite a bit of football?
I do, actually. Obviously, I'm a Colts and Cowboys fan, so. Yeah.
Colts and Cowboys.
Yeah.
How can you be a Colts and a Cowboys fan?
I was brought up on Cowboys, and Colts came along the way, so.
I know another guy, he's a Colts and a Cowboys fan. I'm like, how the hell could you be a Colts and a Cowboys fan? Man. Tony on ASAP.
Yeah. It'd be like, it's the same thing with me being Chase Elliott fan and also being a Cowboys fan, so.
Is Elliott actually going to race this week?
I would hope so. I'd hope you stay off of snowboards and shit.
As I say, it seems like every time you go to a race to see him, he can't race. Something
yeah,
happens.
Exactly. Like the Atlanta trip, the last two races I flew to Atlanta because I was going to take part in his fan event. Go meet him, get my picture taken, get stuff signed, because they had like a big parking, like one of the stands is his fan parking, but it says Chase Elliott's first home win. Well, they had Bill Elliott fill in for them because he had a snowboarding accident. Well, we get to June 1st or 2nd, first Sunday in June. Well, the week before that, Chase Elliott's dumbass is wrecking Disney Hamilton on purpose in Charlotte, gets suspended. I fly down to St. Louis. I mean, I knew he was going to get suspended like the Tuesday before the race. So I'm like, shall I again? Then luckily, it's still early in the week, so something could happen between now and then. But I sure as hell hope not, because I plan on being there at the track all weekend. So,
did you see where? I forget what day it was now. He hasn't put the video of it out yet, but where Tony Stewart visited the Thunderdome on McAfee show last week. And
yeah,
they set up. McAfee had a track built out in the parking lot. They raced go-karts out there. He hasn't showed the video of them racing the go-karts yet. He says that they'll be putting the video out, but I bet you that was hilarious to watch.
Yeah, you sure Pat McAfee didn't beat Tony, and that's the reason why it's happening up yet? Because Tony would do something like that. No, I can't let you post this, man.
No, they said Tony Stewart was wasting the moist. They said it took him like one lap to figure the track out, and after that it was over.
Yep, sounds about right. Yeah, me and Dave's gonna be out there all weekend, man. I had won a crap ton of tickets for them guys too. So
yeah. Oh, I know.
It was funny on Friday. I go out to Advanced Auto for out there on Providence Road on the other side of the Speedway, and they said if you take 2 laps in the simulator, you get Xfinity tickets. Well, I did that, came back. And after I ate lunch at Albies and ran 2 more, got another 2 pair, then I go to get ready to come downtown for the Beaver game, and they drew for the Brickyard, the last pair of the Brickyard for the Cup race. Guess what, Glenn? you won this too. So I walked across the parking lot, got them, and came on down for the fever game. Got there just in time for doors to open.
You got any other contests coming up?
I got a VIP, couple of VIP NASCAR ones I've entered for this weekend. I hope the hell that I get them, because actually the reason why I hope I get one for this weekend is because my nickname Big Glenn is going to be on Brendan Poole's Xfinity Series car this Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I saw that. How the hell did you manage that?
It was like another giveaway of sorts. You had to like retweet one of the sponsors' tweet, and they was going to pick like 18 different people who retweeted like a saying or a name. I retweeted and put Big Glenn. And I kid you not, I'm at the FIFA game. The game's getting ready to start yesterday in Atlanta. Hey, you was one of selection for to have your name on the car for Saturday at the Indy Road Course. So it'd be nice to see that bad boy in person though, with the VIP pass, because that's the only way I'd be able to see it.
Yeah. Are you going Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
Yep.
Are you going Friday, Saturday, and Sunday?
Yep. I'm gonna stay with David from Thursday till at least Sunday. That's gonna be insane.
So we got a wrestling show Saturday night.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I told you when we was in the. Yeah.
We got a wrestling show in Mooresville. Erica Redbeard.
Yeah, I saw that one. That's gonna be one.
Yep. That's Saturday night. So that should be pretty cool.
Or something like that. Louis Pizza.
What's that? Rowdy's.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah. Yeah. Remember I told you about one of those tickets for David when he was at the car at the WPW in June?
Yeah.
It happened exactly almost to a T. Almost to a T, except for the truck race. That still might be a possibility, but
In WPW here in a couple of weeks, but you won't be there.
Yeah. I'll be back for year 2 though. I know that for a fact. That's circled, penciled in.
But you'll win another trip somewhere or something.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I'll be honest with you. It would not surprise me. Me being a giveaway chief in that way,
It'll be like, well, I'll be at WPW next month.
David probably fired me after that.
But what'd you think of SummerSlam?
Very good, actually. I didn't expect it to run long like it did. After I got into my Airbnb, I was able to catch the last 2 matches, but that was like Asuka, that women's triple threat, and I think there was one match before the main event. Caught the main event right on time. I didn't think it was going to run that long.
No, it was a long show. I didn't think it was going. I figured 11:30 at the latest.
Yeah, not almost
after midnight.
Yeah, I don't want to be having wrestling shows going that late tonight in Detroit of all places.
I thought it was a real solid show. I enjoyed it.
Yes, good from top to bottom, pretty much. Yeah, speaking of which, I might be actually going to Orlando relatively pretty soon, actually, for NXT. I want to go. I've been dying to go back down there for NXT, man. After going back up there in February.
Yeah. Okay, that'd be cool. Yeah, I thought it was a real solid show. I thought the weakest match was the Rousey and Baszler match.
Yeah, that
I didn't think it was all their fault. I don't think it was smart to book it like an MMA match like that. They should have, especially the way they built it up. They should have done like a no holds barred or
had that match on like the main event of SmackDown
or Street Fight or something. But yeah, that was it wouldn't. But other than that, man, I thought Cody and Brock was real good. I enjoyed the main event. It surprised me. I thought there would be interference, but I didn't think Jimmy was going to turn. I wasn't expecting that.
And like, I ain't lying. That was the greatest heel turn I've ever seen.
But a lot of people hate it, man.
Oh,
People are pissed.
I'm surprised they didn't beep out the thing on Peacock. Fuck you. Sorry about that. Yeah,
Oh, you're fine.
FUJ or whichever one we're talking about.
But yeah, people were pissed that they breaking the Usos up. Break what for no reason. It's like it ties into the story if you go back and you listen to everything. It ties into the story, but it's gonna be interesting to see where they go
Fast
from
Time
here.
will be good.
But so I thought there would be some interference, but I wasn't expecting Jimmy to come out. And if he did, well, mostly I wasn't expecting Jimmy not to come out, but I wasn't expecting him to come out and turn on Jay.
Yeah, you thought
He was going to come in. I figured he'd come out to help.
Because Solo got involved, and you think he's going to come out to help him out with Solo, eliminate Solo for the match. But that didn't happen, no.
And then Gunther and McIntyre just beat the hell out of each other.
they could. I mean, we can be here in January and start talking the two going at it.
Yeah. Did you watch the Summit Pro show from yesterday?
I did actually, and I think I tagged you in some of that, and I don't know if you've seen it. I was like, yeah, the referee sure has an arm cramp, don't it?
Oh yeah, yep, I remember now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kitty Cage was the special guest referee. Dude, Hadley is so good. Oh man,
he is, man. I love getting into it with him, man.
I think he got into it with every fan in that building yesterday. Mm-hmm. At some point during the show.
Oh, he likes getting after everybody though. He doesn't discriminate.
Dylan Cole and Sage Phillips put on a heck of a match.
Yeah, I bet they did. I know that Dylan Cole, man, he's been. I've seen him a few times at WPW, looking great.
But then, where was he? Oh, we was at that fair show the other night, and I said, forget who it was, but I said he won fair and square. Yeah. Oh, the King.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, at the fair, yeah.
Yeah, I was taking the King side a little bit at the fair.
Hell yeah.
That was a real good show too that night.
Yeah, is that one up on your YouTube channel yet, or no? It's been a long weekend. So.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one's on up there it's on our channel.
I'll have a couple days to check that out.
Yep. And then this week will be a WCW with WCW on Saturday night down there at Mooresville. And we won't be at WCW this Friday. I'm going to try to go down there here in a couple Fridays. They're having I think it's the 25th of August. They're having cage matches.
Yeah.
It's going to be set up outside. And it's going to be
that show. Okay, yeah. That's going to be a good one.
Yeah, so we're probably going to try to go down there that Friday night.
Hopefully the weather cooperates. I know it seemed like every other year that they've had it since I've paid attention to WCW. That one year the weather will be nice, the other one will be rain. I'm sure Marcus can give you a better stat on that than I can, but that's all it seems like. Yes, I know that 1 year Jake Oman and Blake was in the main event, and it rained.
Yeah, it rained. Yeah, we're planning on trying to go to that on the 25th. I think that'd be a good show. Hell, that's right. That's in your neighborhood.
Yeah. Essentially right down the street almost, not fully, but it's going outside all the big buildings and down past Lucas Oil and the gas station, around the corner right there it is.
Yep. Oh yeah, it's not far at all, that's for sure.
No. I just wish there wasn't like fever or something going on a lot of those nights. A lot of those nights I'm usually catching up on something.
What do you think the Bengals are going to do with Joe Burrow? You think they're going to set him?
I think they might set him for a few weeks. I haven't kept up too much with that, but I think they'll wait. They'll be a little bit patient with him, but they won't be too patient. He'll be
Man,
back. He'll be back by week 4.
it's a fine line, man, because you don't want to get off to a bad start, especially in that division.
Yeah,
And you got a couple tough games to start, but you also can't afford to lose him long term either.
exactly. Especially when he's pretty much the engine that keeps the Bengals roaring. Like the theme song that they play. Hear them Bengals rolling on the prowl.
Oh yeah, because I mean, they can't afford. You can't afford to play him and him not be ready, and he pop an Achilles or something, and then
Yeah,
you're really
that's what
screwed.
I'm worried about in that way from him, especially with him, because
But
I
you
thought it
also,
would start.
well, I mean, if he's telling you he's good and he's ready, and the doctors think he's ready, but they're going to put him out there. But there's no way to with something like that. You could feel fine. You know, what I mean, you could feel fine. You can
Pop.
feel like you're all the way back, and then you can go to try to cut or run, and then it pop. You know what I mean? So there's no exact knowing that hey, he's gonna go out there and he's gonna be 100% fine. He's not going. You can think that he's recovered from it, and still something happened because it's just so hard to know.
I mean, Hill Colorado took Oladipo to even get back 75%, and even in the bubble, and he still wasn't the same. Then he that knee out again, I think, or the other knee. And I think he's pretty much done, unfortunately.
Yeah, didn't he just get traded?
Yeah, he was with Miami still, but he got hurt in the playoffs. And that
Yeah, but I think after the season, then he get. I think he got traded away from Miami, didn't he?
he may have. I need to go look that up because the last time I knew he was with the Heat. And what took me too
For
long.
some reason, I'm
He
wanting to
may
say
have.
he got traded.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oklahoma City.
I was gonna say I thought he did, but I couldn't remember the team. But I was like, "Oh, man, if I remember correctly, he got traded.
Oklahoma City is the most obscure team because you don't think professional sports in Oklahoma City. When you think Oklahoma, you think like Boomer Sooner or Jim Ross, stuff like that.
And he was in Oklahoma City before, right?
Yeah, before you got traded to us with
Yep.
Sabonis.
Yep.
He
Yeah, that's
was
what I thought.
drafted by Orlando, got traded to the Magic or Oklahoma, then ended
Yep.
up with us. Blew his knee out, went to Miami. Now
Was
he's back with them.
he said this is my city, and then he wanted to leave.
Yeah, he says my city, but his knee said otherwise, unfortunately.
And then after that didn't he want to be traded to?
Yeah, after
Remember?
because when he started. So here's how that all went down. Because this is my first year in the fan zone, so I remember all this quite vividly. So COVID happened, and he blew his knee out, and he was just coming back from it, before COVID. Then he started. When he was rehabbing in Miami instead of Indy. And if you're not with your team rehabbing, something's not right there. If he's still in Miami, that means he's at home and he has people in his head, almost like the Jonathon Taylor situation.
Yeah.
It's like, man, why you gotta mess with these bum ass Pacers? That's probably what was said. And all that money that he made when he was down there in Miami, he probably was letting that wheel turn in that way, and he ended up doing what he did.
Happens with the Pacers a lot. Look at Paul George.
Yep,
Seems like
exactly.
guys start to become kind of like a star, and they want to move on somewhere bigger and better.
Mm-hmm. And his career has not been the same since he left here, at least. And not only that, he was also hampered by a leg injury right
Yeah.
before all that.
Oh yeah. Nasty leg injury at that.
That's why speaking of which, that's why I'd be worried about Tyrese or Miles playing on the Tier 2 USA basketball team. They playing right now. You know, every time I see a Pacer in that thing, I'll be worried.
Yeah. When they play tomorrow?
I know. I think he was playing a little earlier today, or
Was earlier that I knew it was coming up. They had an exhibition game or whatever.
yeah, I forget who it was, but I saw somebody. I think Pacers reporter Tony East was talking about Tyrese had an assist already. So
Because they've been training in Vegas.
yeah, Vegas and I think they're going to. I want to say the Philippines. That means them games are going to be like the World Cup at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, that game came on at like 5 in the morning or whatever. That last World Cup game. And I'm thinking, there ain't no way I'm waking up. I'm getting up at 5 in the morning to watch that game.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Hell, SummerSlam didn't end until midnight, and then I watched the Jake Paul and Diaz, whatever you want to call that.
SummerSlam boxing, WWE.
I mean, I don't know. That's not boxing, but anyway, then so hell, it was late before I ever even tried to go to sleep. I don't sleep for the crap anyway, and it had the Summit Pro Wrestling the next day, so I knew I wasn't getting up at 5 to watch that game.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. I tell you what, when it comes to that Jake Paul boxing stuff, when it comes to those, when he does those, there's money to be made, and somebody is taking a dive.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of money being made, but that just, man, I don't know. Now they're talking about doing an MMA fight. Jake Paul does not want to get in a cage and do an MMA fight with Diaz.
No,
he's going to get submitted. He'll get choked out.
Yeah,
probably a guillotine.
Yeah, or put him in the Kimura lock or something, break his arm.
And Jake Paul does have a wrestling background, but with the jiu-jitsu of Diaz, I think Diaz would submit him.
And if you know Jake Paul wins that, you know it's bullshit. Straight and simple, man.
I don't know who he's going to fight next.
I'd be almost tempted to put money on Jake Paul. Now I think about it, you know.
If they don't do the MMA fight, I don't know who he's going to try box next. It'd be interesting. I know McGregor's name was brought up, but like Jake Paul said, McGregor has to get permission from his dad, Dana White.
Mm-hmm.
And Dana's not going to let him out of that UFC contract to go fight Jake Paul.
No. And have we not seen Conor McGregor since he snapped his leg in half? I mean, that's a hard injury to come back from. I mean, Anderson Silva did it.
Yeah, but
it ain't the same.
McGregor hasn't been the same fighter since he exploded and got all that money.
Yeah.
And then got beat by. Ever since he got beat by Khabib, he hasn't been the same guy.
Yeah.
And I'm not knocking him because it'd be hard to be the same guy. I mean, you're like training for a fight ain't no fun, and it's hard to get motivated to do that kind of work when you already have all that money. You've already made it. You have all that money. You don't need to fight. You know what I mean? You're good. So it's hard to have that hunger and that grit that it takes to truly get ready for those fights.
He may say the hell with it and just do like Ultimate Fire coaching or something, you know?
I know it was brought up that for him and Gaethje to fight, but Gaethje said he ain't fighting him because he's on steroids.
Yeah, sound like the Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather stuff from a few years back. Man,
Gaethje, I ain't fighting nobody on steroids. I started laughing.
I remember that vividly.
Well, all right, man. Well, was there anything that we didn't touch on?
I think we pretty much touched everything pretty much around the globe in that way. soccer, football, basketball, boxing, Jake Paul, crap, you know.
I'm ready for NFL regular season.
Same, just a little over a month away, man.
Yep.
Lions and Chiefs, opening night.
How much real quick? How much you think they play Richardson Saturday?
I think it would not surprise me if he plays 3 quarters.
I mean, you got to give him as much experience as you can. I know you don't want to get him hurt, but man,
Yeah, I could think I could see him playing like the first 3 quarters, then the Minshew comes in for the 4th.
Minshew mania.
Yeah, that's the last thing that we need.
Oh man, Minshew mania. He becomes the starter. There's going to be a lot of mustaches around the Lucas Oil Stadium.
They're gonna be taking like his Mike Hughes gonna be thinking he's in Chicago Bears and A5 Mike Ditka.
But no, thanks for watching. Please hit that subscribe button on YouTube at Gonzo'S Sports Room and at the ASAP All Sports All Plays Network. Like and follow on Facebook at Gonzo'S Sports Room and at the ASAP All Sports All Plays Network. You can also find us on Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, about all social medias. Yeah, check out Glenn at Big Glenn Pacers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can find us about all social media accounts. If you missed GWR, our pro wrestling show that is live Mondays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, go check it out. You can find that on our Facebook, YouTube pages, and Twitter as well. Go check it out. We recapped SummerSlam and talked about some of our favorite matches that we've seen live in person. And then talked to some about the independent shows that was out this week as well. And then Easy Money, a sports betting show. Check it out Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern. You can find out on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, all at Gonzo Sports Room, and at the ASAP All Sports All Plays Network. Also YouTube. I don't think I said YouTube for some reason that time, but other than that, thanks for joining us. This has been G.S.R. Gonzo Sports Room. We'll be back Wednesday night with another episode. Hope everybody has a great night. See you guys Wednesday.